Gachagua, Muturi and Linturi have decided to gang up and completely lock the president out of Mount Kenya. You know, initially it was only the president, it was only Gachagua who was doing that job of working so hard to make sure that he locks out the president out of Mount Kenya. And he was doing it so well and so good. But right now they have decided to join forces with Muturi and Linturi. And now these guys are now doing campaign. They are now moving together. Anywhere they go, they work together, and they are making sure that they lock out the president completely from Mount Kenya vote. We want to go into the details. Why are these people working together? What is the real intention? And is what they are doing, will they achieve, or will the president outsmart them? Why are they doing what they are doing? So before I go into the details, before I explain all this, if you are here for the first time, I would like you to take a second to subscribe and to hit the notification bell, so that anytime I post a video, you will always be the first to watch. So kindly do so, na kama kawaida, I'll be back. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed, and for the return subscribers, I really appreciate you. And for those people who are sending something via the till number that I always put here, whether it's 10 shillings, whether it's 5 shillings, whether it's 100 shillings or whatever amount, I really appreciate you. As I say, this platform is for you people. We want to expand it so that it can be a platform whereby everybody can feel like they can come and share their opinion. Thank you so much. Now back to my video. As I've said, that Linturi, Gachagua and Justin Muturi are working so hard to make sure that they lock the president out of Mount Kenya region completely. And this is not just Mount Kenya East, but Mount Kenya West. They have been doing this work, and they are working together, and now they are even doing campaigns together. What is the intention? And whatever they are planning, will it succeed or not? So I just want you to watch these videos, and then I will come back with the full analysis of all this. So watch these videos kindly.
Nimeona wewe William Ruto jana umetuma vibaraka yako kina Faruk, na hii kijana ya Kikuyu anasemekana ni bibi ya Ruto. Si mnamjua? Mimi niseme leo nikiwa hapa Mlimani, wewe umetuma hao vijana kwenda kutukana kiongozi wetu, rais wa 4 wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta. Tunataka kukuambia Ruto, wewe kama ni mwanaume, hapana tuma vibaraka kutukana Uhuru Kenyatta, tukana yeye wewe mwenyewe kama wewe ni mwanaume. Negwa itu. Negwa. Uhuru yako mboreke. Mimi niseme rais ulikuwa hapa juzi. Mimi ni kwa sababu ni muungwana na niheshimu ofisi yako, nikatoa mwelekeo kwa Mlima, nikasema usitukane na mtu yeyote, nikasema usipigiwe kelele, ukuje uongee na watu ya Mlima lakini walipe, kwa sababu unakuja kuongea uongo. Si ndio? Si nilisema mchukue pesa? Mimi nikasema msikize uongo lakini wacha nikwambie William Ruto, ukiendelea kutumia vijana kutukana Uhuru Kenyatta, next time utakuja Mlima, mimi nitatoa amri, hawa wananchi watakutukana wewe mwenyewe.
Na mimi naona kweli tumeketi muda mrefu. Rais William Ruto alipokuwa hapa State Lodge Sagana, among other things alisema kwamba ati JB Muturi alikosea, hakujua, na mimi nilimwandikia barua mara ngapi? Nikamwambia kama mkutano ya cabinet haitajadili mambo ya abductions and extrajudicial killings, sitakuja. Hii maneno hata sijui kama inatakiwa kupelekwa kotini. Si tunajua nani alisema atamaliza. Kwa hivyo nani alikuwa anafanya hiyo mambo? Nikamwambia cabinet is for jadiliana haya mambo. Ni kumaanisha hata cabinet unaivuruta ikuwe iko part of that cover up. Na vijana wetu ni wengi wameuawa, wengine mpaka wale hatujui wako wapi. Relatives, parents are grieving. Nikamwambia Rais Ruto, hili si jambo rahisi. Na hao wazazi, mimi nilikuwa na bahati, nilikuja kwako ukaachilia, ukasema ukapigia Nurdin na kijana wangu akaachiliwa. Nurdin alisema Your Excellency in 1 hour atakuwa ameachiliwa. Na kweli within 1 hour alikuwa ameachiliwa. Sasa dadangu Mother, ndugu yangu Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, ndugu yangu Eugene, wanasheria wakuu, do we need to go to kweli wa Kenya? Hilo ndio swali nilikuwa nauliza, na nilikuwa naiweka at his doorstep. At his doorstep. Sorry.
Ncheke hapa na hawa viongozi wengine hapa ya kwamba mlima hatutaachana, na hapa tuko. Ile pini alikuwa anataka ni kuleta mtu wa soprano hapo aseme akifikiria atavunja mlima. Ni watu wa Maumau na hatutishiki. Ni hivi, juzi watu walipoitwa kule State House na rais, na ndio nimeshindwa kama viongozi wetu wako na akili ama ni uji wamebeba pale. Wamekaa wakaambiwa sisi tutafanya maendeleo, tutaleta barabara hii na hii na ile, lakini kwa bajeti haiko. Na wanakuja kuambia watu serikali inaanza miradi next day. Wanaambiwa sasa usalama utandumishwa na tutamaliza mambo ya wizi wa ng'ombe, mambo ya mauaji kwa watu kuna kutoka Igembe North, Tigania East, West mpaka Voi. And I want to tell you how serious this matter is, because ilikuwa ni last weekend tulizika watu 3 ambao walikuwa wameuawa kabla watoke State House Tuesday. Saa hii tunaposimama hapa kuna magaidi wamerundi, wameua watu, na tuko na watu mochari, na yeye tunaambiwa tuko na serikali inatunza sisi, na wabunge na MCA wote wanaenda kupiga makofi.
I believe you've watched the videos and you can clearly see that these people are now working together. You can see they are campaigning together, they are talking to people together, they are even attacking the government together. Will they achieve their goal? The reason I'm saying, and the reason I think that these people will achieve their goal, is because whoever the president intends to use as a countermeasure for the people, for these 3, will not be effective. Because the president has been using people like people like akina Kimani Chungwa. Kimani Chungwa has lost popularity on the ground. This is a man who cannot even go and campaign in his own constituency. This is a man that Kenyans don't like him completely. Like, people see him and they feel like they just don't want to listen to him. And that's why you can see someone like Gachagua calling him that Bibi Rais. They have lost respect for Kimani Chungwa completely. And I don't think there is any other way Kimani Chungwa can redeem his image in Mount Kenya. Having seen the past leaders, people who were rejected in Mount Kenya before, none of them has ever redeemed himself. None whatsoever. Mount Kenya region, as a region, has an habit of rejecting politicians and rejecting them completely. It's very hard for people to fall and rise up again in Mount Kenya. So Kimani Chungwa, for him, it's a done deal. And it is sad because this is a man who was voted and opposed in his constituency. He did not have an opponent in 2022. And I think maybe that one got into his head and he felt like he's so much popular. So the president is using people like akina Kimani Chungwa to counter the wave of Gachagua in Mount Kenya. That is not going to achieve much. So I feel like the people the president is using to counter these 3 will not work. And remember, the Gachagua was attacking the president and he was doing it so successful. But right now, the CS Muturi and Linturi have joined the forces. If these people continue the way they are doing, trust you me, they are going to be seen as the only solution of them or the people of Mount Kenya. And there's this narrative that is being pushed that Mount Kenya cannot present a presidential candidate. That is a lie. Mount Kenya can still present a presidential candidate. And even Gachagua can stand, as long as the court rules that he was removed unconstitutionally, he stands the chance of being in the ballot again. But will that be will the president like something like that? Yes. The president would like Gachagua to be in the ballot. The president would like Gachagua to be in the ballot. Why? Because if Gachagua goes into the ballot, the president's intention is to make sure that he divides the Mount Kenya vote. Or even if he doesn't divide Mount Kenya vote, these people vote for one of their own and they disappear with their votes. So the president will be more than happy to see Gachagua on the ballot. And if Gachagua is cleared, I'm very sure Mount Kenya will have a candidate on the ballot come 2027. And that is how their vote will even ndio kura yao itapotea. So the narrative that is being put that Mount Kenya will not have a candidate, that is very wrong. And that's why people like Matiang'i should be very, very careful. That the people of Mount Kenya do not support people outside their region just evil. Like, they just don't support you like that. Unless you are paired against someone that they naturally don't like Raila. That is how Ruto benefited from Mount Kenya vote. Because they naturally don't like Raila and they had no option. So the only option was to vote for Ruto. So unless Raila presents himself as a candidate in 2027 in the ballot, and there is no any other option, then they will vote for the other candidate. Because that one I'm sure, even if Raila and Ruto goes for it again, and Raila is in the ballot, the people of Mount Kenya, despite everything that Ruto has taken them through, they will still vote for Ruto. They will not vote for Raila. Because they have natural, like, it's just inborn. Like, they have just that dislike for Raila in whatever shape or form. Which is okay, that is who they are. You can't, if you can't change people, you accept them for who they are. So Gachagua's intention right now is to make sure that the president does not benefit anything from Mount Kenya vote. He locks him out completely. That any place the president anataka kuingilia hakuna. And that's why you see he's both doing interviews and he's doing campaigns, and he's also doing rallies. And you see that people are really responding to what he's saying. You can see he's talking to the crowd and the crowd are responding to him. So it means Gachagua has the ground. As I said initially in my video, Linturi, someone like CS Muturi, Justin Muturi wanted the president to sack him intentionally. These are things that he did intentionally. And the reason he did all this is because he wanted to join Gachagua. He wanted to be part of the Gachagua team. And he wanted to do it as soon as now because he is eyeing the governorship. That is the intention of Muturi. Muturi wants to be the governor. And he knew that the more he stayed with Ruto, the more his chances of being the governor would have died. Because no one believes this government, or no one believes anyone that works for this government. You see now he was replaced by Ruku. Where is Ruku now? No one is talking about him. No one even cares about him. He was sworn in. No one even pays attention. So Muturi wanted to be the governor. And he wanted to be the governor, I think the governor of Embu. Yeah, I think Embu. And the best way he could have done it is to start taking sides with the person that he feels like is popular. And he uses that to popularize himself in the region. Because Cecil Mbarile popularity is dwindling so fast. So Muturi is just being smart. Ameona mbele na ameona mali penye anataka kwenda, and it's anajiposition. And that's what you see right now. He's outside there attacking the president, revealing some of the secrets of the president and some of the things that the president used to do, the kind of a president he is, because he's doing it intentionally. He wants to be the governor. And trust you me, if he continues like that, then he will get that seat. For Linturi, it's just the same. Linturi still wanted to be the governor of Meru. Remember, Linturi has always wanted to be the governor of Meru. He has always wanted to be the governor of Meru, all through. But the odds have never been on its side. And now this one presents a good opportunity for him to make sure that he's a very strong candidate for the governorship of Meru. He has time to campaign because you see the Meru itself is a bit shaky. They impeached their governor who wasn't that popular, who wasn't that known, and now they have a governor mwenye pia hata julikani. Unaelewa? So Linturi has a chance to make sure that he uses this opportunity to popularize himself so that come 2027 he will not need someone to hold his hand to make sure that anam support ndia simame kiti. You get? Because right now people like akina these people like akina Munya, people like akina this guy ento nani nimesahau jina yake huyu jamaa Mbats. Right now their popularity has just dwindled. So Linturi is just making sure that this time round he gets everything right, because he has really wanted to be the governor. Ametamani hiyo kiti for a long time, and even last time Ruto lied to him and he lost that seat to an independent candidate. Imagine, because Mwangaza was an independent candidate, he lost that seat to her. So this time round Linturi wants to get things right. Muturi wants to be the governor, Linturi wants to be the governor, and that's why they are supporting all that Gachagua is doing, because Gachagua is a very popular candidate. He is a very popular leader in Mount Kenya. And does this help Gachagua? Yes, it does help Gachagua, because remember the president had the intention of making sure that he takes over, he split the Mount Kenya East from the Mount Kenya West, and Gachagua was working so hard. You can remember in most of his interviews, he used to make sure, he used to remind even Merus that I'm one of you, that we are one, that no one can divide us, that no one can do this. And the coming of Linturi and the coming of Muturi is making sure it's going to help Gachagua a lot, because right now Linturi is going to focus in making sure that he brings that Merus don't listen to the president, and Muturi will make sure that Embus don't do the same. These people stay, kila mtu abaki the way they are, unaelewa, so that Mount Kenya remains united the way it has always been. So it's going to be a tall order, because the candidate, these three gentlemen pia are not amateurs in politics. They have experience. They are people who have been elected. They know how to do politics. Muturi has been in politics. You get? Muturi has been the speaker of the National Assembly. You get? And so many other things. So these are people who are experienced, and could deal now kwa ground, it will be very difficult. And I don't see any competitor. I don't see anyone who can counter them on the ground. You get? I don't see anyone who can counter them on the ground. So it's going to be very hard for the president to overcome the challenges, to overcome these three in Mount Kenya, to outsmart them. What do you think? What do you think about the union of these three? Muturi, Linturi, and Gachagua. Do you think it's a match that the president cannot counter? Do you think like it's something that the president can? And if you think that the president can counter these three, how will he do it? Who will he use? That is the question. Who will he use? And is the president even interested in Mount Kenya vote to make sure to counter these three? Tell me in the comment section. And as I said, as you share your comments and your views, try as much as possible to remain respectful. Do not insult anyone. Do not use abusive language on anyone. Just share your thoughts in a most sober way and objective way possible. And we will read and we will react. Thank you. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Africa.